Okay, we're live on YouTube. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to hit record on Zoom and we'll get started. Thank you for tuning in. If you're watching this live, okay. Hey, friends, Vin here. If you're watching it prior to this recording, we did have a little technical difficulty. That's just how it goes in life. I said before, when life throws you a curveball, you got to knock it out of the park anyway. So that's what we're going to do. I want to say welcome to all the folks that are watching live or the replay. Today, we're going to speak about AI crypto trading software, which is a lot to say. And what I'm like about this program is you don't have to know anything about AI, crypto trading, or software. The reason I'm doing this program is because a hundred reasons really why. It's really because of I want to grow my money faster. I want to participate in any type of leverage I can create in my life for my family. I like passive income. I like residual income. The world's gone crazy. The world's gone insane. And the price of food, clothing, shelter, everything has increased so much so that a lot of people are questioning their retirement. Can I retire? Can I not retire? Whether you're a baby boomer, silent generation, even baby boomers, Generation X, millennials, Gen Z, everyone knows that the world's gone is changing very rapidly. So we also know that AI is changing the world rapidly. So a friend of mine reached out to me and shared with me what I'm going to share with you. So as we go through this, I'm going to share with you kind of how we do this. And it's fairly simple. A friend of mine reached out to me. He actually called me on the phone, and then he said, "Hey Vin, listen, there's this program. It's AI crypto trading software. You don't have to really know anything about AI crypto trading or software, but you can create an account for free. You can start for as low as $100. There's no monthly obligation, and it's returning weekly positive returns." So I said, "Sounds good to me." I said, "Send it to me." And he said, if you click the enroll now button, which is here. So if someone's sharing this with you, and this is all we do, if you're trying to sell this to someone, I mean, I'm going to do an overview now. I'm going to explain a little bit, but listen, I'm a retired civil servant. I'm going to say this to put this in context because I say it because most people like me. I'm a retired civil servant. I did the safe, secure job pension benefits for over 20 years. I worked 40, 50, 60 hours a week. I did the Roth IRA, the 401k, deferred compensation, all the traditional retirement vehicles. I'm glad I did because thankfully, I like this program because you can literally, and like mathematically, I'm not going to do hype. I may speak quickly and be animated sometimes, but I'm sharing math with you, and you can geometrically compress 40 years into 48 months or 24 months. And I'm going to potentially, I don't know. We don't know what the weather's going to be. I don't trust the media. I don't trust the science. I don't trust the founder of this company. I don't trust anybody. That's just the way I am. I trust my wife. Maybe I'm just a little too New Yorkish and former law enforcement, but that's just my how I am. So you've got to do your own diligence. Like my friend Cal that reached out to me about this, I didn't think he was trying to double cross me for $100 or anything. I did my own diligence, but I also, with the risk, I says, why wouldn't I fill out the form and take a look at it? Because, like, I'm going to share with you, if the numbers make sense, would it be if the numbers I share with you are compelling enough for you to say, you know what, those numbers are compelling. Maybe you can't necessarily retire. Maybe you want to have something that outlives you. Maybe, God forbid, something happens to you. You want something passive that covers your monthly bills. Maybe you want to pay off credit card debt. Maybe you want to build a second home or buy a second home. Maybe you want to pay for kids' college or pay off your kids. I don't know what it is you want to do. There's something. And even people that have all their finances covered, they're the best candidates for this because people that are successful like programs like this. They like doing new things. A lot of people that are super skeptical, they're just broke and they're constantly, skeptical about everything and saying, "Oh, I'm broke. I have no money." Yeah, that's like people saying, "Oh, my back hurts. My back." Your back hurts because that's all you talk about, right? And so we're at a point now when you've got to do your own diligence. You got to be your own person, right? Does that make sense? So I saw this. My background, I'm a young guy. I'm 55. I personally feel like $1 million in quarters, but I think I'm going to live another 100, another 50 years, maybe 100. Who knows? But I know that what I was doing in the 80s and 90s, 2000s isn't working now. And now the world's changed. So why not leverage? And so my belief level about this is up higher here. And the reason, excuse me, the reason it is is because I've consumed 50, 60 hours worth of this already. If you're watching this and someone invited you, you're like, who's this guy with the New York accent? You don't have your belief levels down here. You don't believe anything I'm saying, and you shouldn't. Don't believe anything. Do your own diligence, all right? So your belief level is low. You've got to build it up. I built my belief level up to do a video because I watched the 40 hours. To me, looking at the numbers and the possibilities, I'm saying it's worth it for me to, while I'm out getting my steps, I listen to a full Q&A recording, right? There's so much information that you can get with Polar Tensor with this program. There's seven live presentations a week, okay, seven of them, and they're very professionally done. What I'm doing right now may not be professional, but maybe something's coming out in my voice. You could say this guy believes in what he's saying because I do. Okay, obviously, why the hell would I be doing a video on YouTube right now about it if I didn't believe it? Seven overviews you can look at. There's a live Q&A, live, that you can come on and ask anything. The CEO and founder has been on countless Zooms, has shown his back office, has shown his Binance account, has shown the validation of the actual trading. They have an asset protection program. So like the more you look into this, you're saying, like me personally, I feel more secure with this than I do with my own bank account. Like the world's nuts. So, all right, I just wanted to get that rant out of the way, and that's just how I feel about this. So, a friend of mine shared this with me. If what I'm saying makes sense to you, then create a free account. He shared this with me. It has a couple videos on it. It has you can read everything about the founder, the technology, the proof of trades, legal compliance, the rewards plan. You can go all day long and look at information if you want. For me, it was easy enough for him to say, hey, create a free account or create an account. I click the enroll now button at the top here, and that's what you do. So you click enroll now and you fill out the form. Email, they create a password on the second, then you hit next. The next page is they ask for personal information like your date of birth. Why? Because you have to be 18, all right, to create an account. And that's what they ask for. Then you go to the website. Where's the website? Oh, good grief. Hold on a second. The regular website. Let me get my glasses on. Where the hell is it? Hang on. All right. So then you go, so you create a free account, create an account, then you go to the polartensor.io. There's plenty of information you can watch on here. Plenty, right? And then you click login. And when you click login, it takes you to your back office. Now, this back office here, it doesn't have any enrollments or anything. It's a customer base. You don't have to talk to anyone, and the thing makes you money every single week. And that's just it. Like that's what it does. That's all AI does is it trades on our behalf. So what happens is you get an account, see your balance just like your bank account, and like you load this with cryptocurrency. If you don't have cryptocurrency, get back to the person who shared this with you, and they'll help you get started. When I got started, I didn't have crypto on. I didn't have any cryptocurrency. I said to my friend, and he helped me get started, and I got started. We dropped cryptocurrency into my balance. You could start for as low as $112. Yes, it's $100 you can start with, but you're going to want the $12 for the 10% you got to pay. All right, and that's 12. It would cost you 12 bucks. And once you do that, you click this button here, add to trading. When you go to add to trading, it goes add. If you click the add button, it's going to populate how much you want to add. See, right now there's nothing in my balance, so I have nothing to add. If I had money in my balance, it can tell you you're going to add whatever you want. Right now, I currently have $845 in this particular account. Like I said, you could start for 100, you could start for 500, whatever you want to do. You could start for 100 and then say, ah, you know what, I want to put another 100 in next week, or 100 in a month. You could start with 500. You could start with 3 million. You could start with $100,000. There are people that start with $50,000, $25,000, whatever it is, wherever your belief level is, that's where you start, right? See now at the top, it says trading. Now, I just want to, over here, you can view details. So I'm going to click view details. Here, did it click? View details. And see that? I wish I would have shown this early. I should do this in the beginning of the presentation because right now it just went up. So this is where it is today. Not every day's a winning day, by the way. Some days there's a losing day. See, this is a losing one right here, right? But there hasn't been a losing week in, from what I understand, like 28 months. There hasn't been a losing week as long as I'm in 5 months. So it's 5 times 4 for 6 months like that. So like in 24 weeks, there hasn't been a losing week. So you see here, now this is has nothing to do with me, you, I, no matter how many Zooms I do or how many people I talk to, this does not change. This is going to do what it's going to do, and that's what it's going to do. End of story. Okay. So, by the way, if you have any questions, did I not turn on the chat? Oh, I did. If you have any questions, throw them into the chat. Uh, and if you're on YouTube, you could throw your questions into the comments. So let me run through this very quickly because I got up to I was a little long-winded there. It's called Polar Tensor. By the way, and I think I said this, and you've got to say this because I'm not a host for CNN. I can't just tell you to take an experimental medicine and get away with it. Over here, we've got to give disclaimers. And the disclaimer is the income's not guaranteed. Nothing in life is guaranteed. The weather's not guaranteed, right? I don't trust the science, right? I'm just saying, Woody, you've got to do your own diligence. That's what I did. I told you I'm a retired civil servant, so don't take any financial advice from me. Why AI trading software? I'm going to kind of get into that. Okay. If you look here, we're in 20. This is, I'm just sharing information. No one's making this stuff up. This is, you can go research this stuff yourself. We're here going into 2027. The AI market, you already know this. You know that AI is growing, right? My question is this. What is AI? Is AI currently paying you money every single week? If it's not, then I don't know, create an account and make it pay you. So artificial intelligence market, we're here going into 2027. How about the global software as a service market? Because that's all this is what's called SaaS. It's a software as a service. Polar Tensor is not giving anyone income advice, financial advice. They're not managing anyone's funds. All they're doing is licensing software to people. That's all we're doing. So that's like 10% I paid. I paid a licensing fee. That's all it is. So you can see it's growing now. Go Google it. Go look it up. Go ChatGPT it. Global digital currency market, cryptocurrency market is skyrocketing. You could say you're skeptical about crypto. You don't know anything about it. You should be skeptical about the dollar. I'm skeptical about everything, right? I'm skeptical about the lines in the skies. I'm skeptical about what the hell's going on in the world. I'm skeptical about illegal immigration. I'm skeptical about like do you want to create something that could potentially literally be a financial fortress around your family? Do you want to take an hour out of your life and create a crypto account, or you just want to say, I don't know anything about it? I don't know. Digital currency market. So we're here. The global crypto making AI market. So the global crypto market, if you see what's being circled here or highlighted here, automated trading is not only is this whole segment growing over the next 10 years, but automated trading is what's growing the most out of all of it. And that's what this is. This is automated trading. Now, this is a lot for me to say for someone to risk $100, by the way. But anyway, so my friend said this, and this is what it is. Create a free account. It's $100 minimum. There's no monthly. There's no auto ship. I'm not sitting here and tell you to buy some product that's going to make you look beautiful. I'm telling you, this is math. This is all this is, okay? So there's no monthly cost, no auto ship, no membership, no monthly. Averaging 2.5% per week. Last week it was like 1.3%. There's been weeks where it's been 4%. So it varies. Do you know why it varies? It's because it's real trading, okay? There's no lock on your funds. You can get your funds out at any time. There's a fee, a 10% fee if you take it out within the first 12 months. If you take it out within the first 24 months, 5%. But other than that, you can take all your money. If you go try to take your 401k out before you're 59 and a half. They want like 40%. How about CDs? How about anything? So there's no lock on your funds here. It is set it and forget it. I haven't done anything to this to make it work faster except get started. That's all I've done. This is a historical returns chart according to Felix Bick, the founder of this company, according to his Binance account, and they've shown this, they've opened it, he's shown this for people, and the monthly returns up until April of 2026 have been 21% per month, and that averages 5.29% per week. Since then, it's been about there as well. The last couple of weeks has been lower than that. When I got started in March, there was weeks that were over 7.5%. So it varies, right? Just like everything varies. The price of gas varies. The price of every food varies. You stop, everything varies. So this is no different. This isn't some guarantee of 1% a day. I've seen programs like that. I've actually put money in programs like that and they didn't work. This works because, again, if you want to create something for yourself, then maybe you'll listen to some more information, like that. And there's another one, a presentation today at 3 o'clock, and it's going to be, it's going to be a full professional presentation. Here's something that you know, right? Savings account in the bank. Here's just an example. If you had $1,000 in the bank right now, it's returning about 0.38% a year. So that's like $3.80 in passive income annually on $1,000. Okay, that's just what it is. If it was 1% in the bank, it would be $10 a year. If it was 2% in the bank, that would be $20 a year in passive income. You know this, I know, we all know this already. We also know that inflation is devaluating the US dollar. So, if you factor in inflation, you're actually losing $18 a year on the thousand in value. Over 2 years, it's $36. Over 3 years, you're losing $53 in the bank. Am I saying take your money out of the bank? No, I have money. We keep money in the bank, but I'm just saying I added this program into our life. Like I blended it into our life. I didn't say, oh well, 401k suck. I added this to it, right? So it's called diversification. So you see these numbers here, right? You see the 2%. So let's just say right now, Polar, if it was a Polar One account and it's doing 2% a week, now even though if you look at statistically, it would have been higher than that, but let's just use 2% to be conservative. 2% a week is very different than 2% a year. So 2% a week on your thousand is $2,800. Over 2 years, it's almost $8,000. And over 3 years, that's almost $22,000. So if you raised it to 2,000 over the course of 3 years, guys, the reason I'm doing these numbers is for you to start, your wheels to spin a little bit. Say, hey, should I create a free account? Should I watch another hour? Should I write down 15 questions and say, can you answer these for me? Should I go down a live Q&A and ask all the questions you want? Or should you just see some crazy blog on the internet? Say, it's all a scam. And listen to someone that you don't even know, right? And you might not even know me, but this is why it's like, get your answer. Like, if these numbers are getting your attention, then do your diligence, right? On $2,000, 3-year return. If it was an $8,000 account, I'm just kind of throwing it out there because a friend of mine too, I don't know if he's on right now, but I got to talk to him today too at 2 p.m. He asked me what number makes it worth it. I said $8,000 is the entrance point. That's for it to really make a difference, and I'm going to show you why. Now he doesn't have to start with 8,000. He can start with $100, but I'm going to share with you why. So because on $8,000, the average has been 3.7% because that's a different tier it's on. But let's just say it's 3%, not even 3.7%. Over the course of 3 years, that would be $804,000. So maybe you are in a position in your life where it's like, look, you might not have an eight grand. A lot of people don't have 8 grand sitting around. A lot of people have 8 grand a day they make. So you got to do you. But I can show you with the affiliate plan, you could get it to that. Okay. I don't understand crypto. And what do you want me to tell you, right? I don't understand crypto either. If you ask me right now, Vin, can you explain blockchain? I have no idea. I also, there's a lot of things that I don't understand. I don't understand how my call works. I don't understand how this PC works. I don't understand how Zoom works, but I'm using it, right? So, but just to put it into perspective for numbers, 2009, there was under 100 users of cryptocurrency worldwide. Over the next 10 years, it went to 45 million, but still under 1%. In 2020, the world changes. It almost triples to 1.3%. Over the last Since 2020, people are becoming skeptical of the media, skeptical of the science, skeptical of all the lending institutions and traditional banking and everything else. People saying, you know what? I think I got to start learning about crypto. They're taking an hour out of their life, setting up a crypto wallet, And since 2020, it's gone from 1.3% to 12%. Worldwide users, billions of people getting started over the next 5 years. So you could say you don't understand crypto. And I'll say this, anyone who's using cryptocurrency, right? It's easier than banking. It's the same thing as a router number too. It's just copy, paste, boom, done. It's all traceable. It's all traceable, but it's not traceable. Meaning, who wants to bank in their business, right? So Polar Tensor, I'm going to encourage you to watch a full presentation. They're going to get into all the details about Felix Bick, how he started, his background, everything about him, right? He is a person that he'll be here in Florida in a couple months. I'll be there, right? I have friends that met him face to face. This is something that I've never seen. It has an insurance protection, asset protection, not from trades or a black swan event, but from fraud or someone doing some kind of rug pull. It's a third party insurance protection on your funds. Okay, utilizing the software. What I'm going to do is I'm not going to get deep into it any further because I've been on for a little while. Does anyone have any questions? Because I want to keep it. I wanted to keep it simple. First, we had a little faux pas with the Zoom, and then we had uh, then I did that whole thing in the beginning. So I want to keep it simple. So I showed you some numbers. Let me go here. There are some websites you could take a look at. Now, this is a back office of an account that hasn't participated in the good grief, the affiliate portion. But let me show you something. I'm gonna refresh this page. You could start for $100, and on average, it's been 2.5% per week. Has it been less? Yes. Has it been more? Yes. But that's what the average has been. It's been a little. The average is 2.51, I think it was, per week in that particular tier. And so over the course of 3 years, that'll be $4,700. If you did, $500, it puts you in the next tier where you get 60% instead of a 50-50 split with the company. And instead of $4,700, you're now looking at $50,000. $2,000 puts you in the next tier, and you get a higher percentage back and a higher cut. That's going to bring you, oh, did I do it? $293,000. If everything stays the way it's going. 8,000 is the next tier, 3.5%. That's $1.7 million. Okay. The next tier after that is $25,000. This is going to be a big number. So, all right. So almost $8 million. We know crypto makes some people could potentially, disproportionately return more so than we've seen it. I mean, how many people do you have to see that have had 25-year-old kids that have made $30 million in cryptocurrency? So it's there. You can do whatever you want to do. You can start for $100, but you can't do anything unless you create an account, right? So the person that's sharing this with you is going to send you a link. If you're watching this on YouTube, there's a link that you can click below. If someone shared this video with you, make sure you click their link. Okay. Here's a good question. If I start with $100, John, my paisan friend, that's how the Italians are. Johnny. So the question from John is, if I start with 100, can you add to that? Unfortunately, not for the Italians. No, I'm only kidding. I have to joke. Yes, of course, Johnny, you could add to that. So start with $112, and we can text back and forth, and I'll get you set up that way. When you start with 112, because you got to pay 10% on the amount that you want to trade. So if you do $112, they subtract $11.20, which is 10% of the 112. I'm not confusing you because I'm confusing me. But anyway, start with 112. And yes, you can add anytime you want. You could take your money in, you could take your money out anytime you want. And you can add to that. And what's good is when you add to it or when it grows on its own, once it goes to the next tier, it's like anything else. Can you add to your bank account? Yes. Can you add to your Roth IRA? Yes. There's no max here. And so, but you're better off. Look, I'm not saying this to get you in or get anyone in, but if you know anything about compounding, you're better off starting sooner than later. It's like saying, If you should you start like what's the best time to plant the tree? To say yesterday. Second best time is today. And it's like we know it. If you started a Roth IRA or for whatever S&P 500 when you're 20 years old, and you're now 50 years old or 60 years old, it's better to start at 20, exponentially better than to start at 40 or 50. So starting now because this is geometrically faster because it's compressing time with AI, then like in 24 months could be like 24 years. Like literally. It's because if it's returning 2% a week, let's just say, and you're getting 2%, well, it's doing 2% a week is like 8% a month, right? You call me on Friday, it's Monday. What are you talking about Friday? You're gonna call me. You call me today, Friday. Well, you wait another 5 days, and I'm only breaking your chops. Johnny's good people. I have to do that. If you're watching, you're saying, all right. So, and by the way, we will be doing more of these Zooms. We'll have team Zooms and we're going to have fun. If I'm not having fun doing something, I have a hard time with it. Yes, it's mundane. It's trading. It's not exciting. There's no before and after pictures like, hey, I was fat and now I'm thin and oh, I did it because of this protein powder. It's not like that. It's just like, but I think it actually is kind of sexy if you ask me. If I look at those numbers and what I like too is the whole set it and forget it thing because I'm busy. I mean, I say I'm busy. I don't think I'm that busy, but I'm not there trading. I know people that went and over the years and said they're following some expert trader online. Like, who the hell's got time for that? To sit, I don't sit and watch. Oh, let me watch the trading and make it. I don't even understand that. People, look, if you want to do that, go do that. But I'm just saying, I like this because it's like I'll say it for myself. It's like trading for dummies, like trading for morons. You don't have to know anything. You have to make a decision, yes or no, right? So good, Johnny. Call me on Friday. If anyone has any questions, get back to the person that invited you, and God bless you all. I'll see you at the top. Let's go do it.